Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am your host, Dwayne the Flyers Nerds, and this is the Movie Dungeon. And today we got some movie news to talk about. San Diego Comic-Con is happening. The Marvel panel just happened, so let's talk about it. Starting off, we have Ghost Rider. And this is no particular order, by the way, but fuck yeah, we got Ghost Rider. And who's gonna be playing our fucking boy? Ryan Gosling. Fuck yeah. That's my dog right there. And this is like a old rumor too. So I'm actually kind of glad it came to fruition, to be honest. It's directed by Sean Levy, and I know he just did Deadpool and Wolverine. And for some reason, everybody's all of a sudden turning back on that fucking movie. But needless to say, I fucking love it. And for I, one, wish that this movie nothing but the fucking best. I just don't hope it gets any treatment like Blade. I hope we see the light of this fucking movie. And I'm so a little scarred. Thank God, Kevin Feige came out and said that, he screwed up. So at least he owned up to it. But needless to say, we got fucking Ghost Rider. Like, how more exciting is. We don't know which version of Ghost Rider he is. He didn't really go into that. I know Johnny Blaze has been done before, and I know the other guy off of Agents of Shield. I forget the name for that guy. That wasn't really my favorite version of him. I was definitely the Johnny Blaze version for sure, and Nicolas Cage is the fault for that. So we don't know what version this Ghost Rider will be. So this is exciting. It's exciting. He came out in his little red jacket and shit, and the logo was pretty fire. They played a little music. I heard they were doing like engines in the background and all that stuff. And by the way, all my information I'm getting from is from like everybody else, Twitter and all that stuff, and other social media outlets and shit for people who couldn't be there. I have a job, so shit happens. But I'm still here, still reporting this shit. So here I am. So moving on from Ghost Rider though, we did have Doomsday though. Doomsday. Now, really, to be honest, all they really showed was like another trailer. Had some extra clips that, only attendees got to see. But I did hear that, Reed Richards was talking to Doom and saying, like, they were looking over a destroyed ruin of a city or of a place or whatever. And, he was like, did you do it? Did you do it, Doom? Doom, did you do it? And I, for one, am 10 times excited for that. I didn't see it, but just to hear that, just to know that we're gonna at least explore the relationship that they have between each other, Reed Richards and Dr. Doom. And I'm glad that it's from their world, their universe. I really wasn't a fan of that rumor of everybody was talking about there's gonna be a Doom from a different universe. It's Tony Stark. I wasn't fucking with any of that, but this, I'm glad it's from him. It was an absent chair, in Fantastic Four, so this just goes along with it. We don't need to be like, oh, but who was the Doom in his? We don't, fuck all that. It don't matter. They're all about to get KO'd. So that was cool. Ryan Reynolds came out too in his little gray Deadpool outfit, make some jokes with the cast and stuff like that. Speaking of the cast, they came out, but only for a brief moment though. They were all separated in their own little teams, though, which is cool. They had some logos behind them, the X-Men logo and the Avengers logo for their separate teams and shit. Was cool. Thor wasn't there, which sucks. But their Doomsday panel was pretty short. This is a lot of hype already for this movie. They don't really need to overly do it. They still got, when the months come up to it, they're gonna hype it up. Then. So that was fun. But moving on from that, though, I guess my favorite news, and probably the last news I'm going to cover right now, is Black Panther. Oh, my heart just warms every time Ryan Coogler does something. There's a lot of Ryans going on, isn't there? Every time he does something, he just don't miss. And you know how, if you don't know, now you finna know. He's my favorite director of all time. Especially right now in this day and age. So yeah, he went over the little panel. He showed us the reel that the film is going to be shot on, which is cool. He introduces some of the cast members and stuff like that. Then he introduces the new Black Panther. My Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. And he's been reviewed as David Johnson. Now, I like him. You know, I liked him in Romulus, and I liked him from The Long Walk. You know, I know everybody had, you know, their hearts set on, what was his name? Damison Idris or something like that. But, you know, that would have been a good pick too, though. Don't get me wrong, I love Snowfall, so that would have been a dope-ass pick anyway. But yeah, David, though, that's where it's at. That's where it's at. Give that boy a shot. Give that boy a shot. He has a charm. He has like a soft charisma, and like you just like, damn, bro, this dude's just a nice fucking guy. And for him to be a king, and plus this is the story of the, you know, the from that little kid from the post-credit scene from Black Panther Wakanda Forever. When he grows up, they're gonna age him up a lot of bit, and he just played this nice dude, man, so well, and very caring, very leadershiply. I can't wait for this fucking movie. I have high hopes. The cast is still up on peak. You know, Denzel Washington is still finna be a part of it. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's all I really have today. My name is Dwayne, the flyest nerd you know, and this is the Movie Dungeon. Peace.